spells and the 2 euros or whatever. I apologize for this view. I know a lot of people think it's unclean, but since there's 30 lands in the deck, it was going off the screen, so either you weren't not going to be able to see some of the sideboard, or you were not going to be able to see some of the lands. I don't know how perfect this list is. A friend of mine sent it to me. They're playing it in SCG this weekend. I won't say their names just in case some miracle way that somebody's watching that gets paired versus them or whatever. And I traditionally do horribly with these decks, but it looked pretty neat when they played versus me the other day. I believe it may have been on stream. It may not have been on stream. I have no idea. I play so much it's hard to remember what's been streamed and what wasn't. Some of the sideboard choices do kind of confuse me though, like only one tireless tracker. It's a little odd to me to whether the storms are lit, but so anyway, this deck is obviously pretty decent versus decks that go long, but you certainly don't want to get paired versus faster decks. And awesome. We do have the Dryad of, I'm going to call it Elysian Grove Valakut combo in this one, which is kind of nice. So what do we got? We have, yeah, I think this is a keep. Potential turn 4 Titan if we find one, but this many lands, it's hard for me not to keep it. Slash ramp spells, etc. So we'll go ahead and do this and look for a land, I guess. Could take the 2 Titans, but then they definitely take a Titan over one of the next spells, so think we're just going to grab the land that can go get a quick Titan. Like a turn 5 Titan maybe this game. Yeah, we probably need to actually get the Misty Rainforest because if they like Big Brain take the Shakira Tribe Elder or whatever, we just can't play spells even though they're most likely going to take the Dryad maybe. Maybe the Explorer, but the Dryad kind of stops this. And if they don't have another discard spell, it's probably the best card in their hand. Obviously, if they have other discard spells, they can make different decisions and all that. I have no idea how this matchup versus Jund would go. I imagine it's pretty tight, but Field's probably at least really good game one. So I'm pretty happy we got the Misty Rainforest now for the blue. Hey, and NRF, what it is, friendo. Oh, I have no idea what our opponent's playing then. Didn't know, didn't know they played Vistas. That's kind of interesting. So hopefully we hit a land. That's not a land. Hopefully we hit a land. That is a land. I'm not actually sure. We're gonna find out. This is my first match ever playing the deck, but I know someone who likes it enough that they're playing it at SCG this weekend, so there's something they like about it. We're gonna find out what it is, I guess. Guess I don't want to thin my deck. So we have a Titan next turn, but they're obviously going to probably be able to kill the Dryad here. Probably with a Fatal Push, if I was going to guess. Assassin's Trophy, that's a good one. Also gets us a land. So we'll have to see. If this is just Bloodbraid Elf into like some Blood Moon. Well, Blood Moon's pretty good versus me. So we definitely want another forest. We probably want another island then. So the normal in play, we definitely want a snow covered. And this is absolutely annoying. Main deck Blood Moon from Jund round 1. Alright, well, we're playing Magic. So we want any land with this. Guess this is the best land. Eh. I'd rather just have this one. Attack the Wrenn. Alright, so we can't remove this Blood Moon main deck. So none of the lands we get actually matter at any point. So we might as well get more colored sources. Main deck too, Murph. So double check and make sure I'm not messing up. Yeah. So we might as well just get colored sources in. Yep, main deck with Prismatic Vista. I shouldn't have played this land. Should have held it just in case they Liliana make us discard. Don't get me wrong, we can still play this and all of that, but from the graveyard with the escape, but being able to play it twice is better than being able to play it once. We knew they had that, so I guess I should have left a basic in my deck. Just to play error by me. play this. 170 subs without streaming. That's pretty awesome. Guess it doesn't matter what we put in our graveyard. Just clicking things here. Okay, well, opponent had their thing going and still gave up. I'm pretty sure if you're putting Blood Moon and stuff in your deck, you need to be able to beat us just casting spells. I don't know if it was found too early. You remember, card availability, especially in big cities like that, is an issue. And I think, oh, you're talking about because people playing the deck. Sure, I thought you were saying that in regards of people figuring out how to beat the deck. I think there will be a lot of people on blue black. However, besides Little Chad and maybe some Phyrexian Obliterate or whatever that card's called in the mono black decks, I don't think many people will adapt it to beat it. Yeah. So I guess we want this, I guess we want this, I guess we want these. Tarmogoyf's probably something we care about, so maybe we want these? Need to form the file. All official complaints go to Anareth. I would say stream manager Corey, but Corey kind of disappeared. I don't think we need the grazers here. Maybe I just don't want the dismembers either. Kind of feel like I want the dismembers, but I have no idea what to sideboard out. Can we sideboard out random lands? Where's that Radiant Fountain? Get out of here, Radiant Fountain, you nerd. Yeah, I don't know. I was taking out 2 lands. I don't play Vintage or Legacy though. I would just be throwing away money. I have no idea how to play those formats. I think I'm just going to get rid of Titan. It's probably not Titan, is it? It's probably just like Tribe Elder, but... For a 28 land deck, getting a 0 land and a 1 land is kind of disappointing. I mean, he doesn't want Legacy Breach. He wants Legacy Taking Turns. I don't even know what Legacy Taking Turns is. I've never saw one. It's not Legacy or Vintage, Murph. It's specifically a Taking Turns deck in formats that I don't play. I make money playing Magic. I think. Maybe. We don't have money to throw away anymore though. Our sponsorship's gone. We have to pay for our own mana traders now. That stuff's like $55 a month. That's a lot to grind. It's actually 54, I think. I feel like opponents should take the green cards out of his deck and play Mardu. Made $60, Murph? That's pretty lit. Besides, I thought you want me to play a modern taking turns deck. Could have swore you asked for a modern taking turns deck. I think Explorer was probably better. You sent me this list. This list is certainly not. Uh, this list is certainly not vintage, and this is the list you sent me. This is definitely the list you sent me. Is it vintage legal? I assume some of the cantrips in it aren't are probably restricted in vintage, right? What does it attack his Ren? I highly regret my decision now. Get got, Ren. Alright, lesson learned. Snow-covered friend. No, they did in Legacy, not Vintage though. Don't think this ordering matters. So we can bring a Euro back next turn? JK. Can not bring a Euro back. Uh-oh. Bloodbraid Elf. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good hit. So we get Field of the Dead if we draw a land for Titan. Which helps a good amount. So we have creature, instant, land, and they have creature, sorcery, thingy. They can put a land in no matter what. So we get a sorcery this way? Sure. Getting a tap land there kind of sucked. Because there's a good chance that they'll be able to kill our Dryad now. In all fairness, though, if they don't kill the Dryad, I'm probably going to block with the Dryad. JK, I'm not blocking with the Dryad. No discard spell, no Blood Moon. Nice. They've already used a Wrenn, so I guess I will block. They hadn't used a Wrenn, I might not block there. Maybe I should have played around them just casting a second Wrenn. Do we win now? So we just go get 2 Valakuts now, right? Is that how this works? Does somebody want to stop me before I die? I think we just go get 2 Valakuts, right? Okay. Wanted to make sure. First time playing this deck, so I was a little wilded. Alright, JJ, send me the Legacy or the Vintage Taking Turns deck you want. Preferably Vintage, I guess. And I guess we'll do that next week. Because the end of this week, I'm probably just going to watch coverage tomorrow, Saturday, and Friday or Sunday. Because I'm pretty obsessed with coverage, and with 2 different PTs and SCG, I don't know how I can watch coverage and play Magic too. So we'll try to do it Monday. Or what's the prelim schedule? I'll look at the prelim schedule after this and then try to find a day that I won't be stuck playing prelims. Because we're on a hunt right now to get, what is it? 3 sets of 3 formats. So we're trying to farm 360 QPs. Obviously, we'd like more than that. In theory, they would be 3 sets of 6 formats. Yeah, 3 sets of 6 formats, is that right? There's the 2 weekends and then the pre's. So in theory, we need 720 QPs? There's a Pro Tour tomorrow that starts tomorrow, 3 a.m. Eastern, and it is in Brussels. And it's the Players Tour, and it'll be three rounds of Pharaoh's Draft, followed by Pioneer, and then day 2 will be 3 rounds of Pharaoh's Draft plus Pioneer, and I guess day 3 is probably just the top 8 as usual. But also, PT Nagoya is tomorrow as well, which will be streamed on the Japanese Twitch site. Or if you don't want to watch Japanese coverage, obviously, because you may not understand Japanese, they'll be replaying it with English commentary at 4 p.m. Eastern on, I believe, Saturday and the next days. And it'll be the English coverage of the Japanese one will be edited down, so there won't be as much downtime and stuff. So yeah. The hand we've got, I think I'm just going to play this. I kind of think I should Once Upon a Time, though. Before they have a chance to mana leak it. And then next week will be the America's PT. And I believe it starts at noon airtime, maybe. But it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well, and it'll be played in Phoenix. So over the next 2 weeks, there's 3 PTs, and then I believe the week after that is Worlds. Don't quote me on the week after that being Worlds, but I believe it is. I think it tells us on Arena, right? Like, isn't it one of the pop-ups on Arena tells the date, I think? Leave me alone, GeForce. Nobody cares. I think it's like the second or third one of these. Yeah, 14 through 16. So, in 2 weeks we get that. So, a lot of coverage the next. There's also SCG Richmond. SCG Richmond this weekend, which is Team Standard Modern Pioneer. So there's just a ton of coverage over the next 2 weeks if that's your thing. I think Canister has a really good stream. He's a little bit more memey than my taste, but like I don't hold that against him. That's just a personality thing. I'm a 40-year-old boring man. He's an energetic younger guy. So I'm sure when I was his age, I acted a little more memey and upbeat and stuff as well. Like I said, I'm not saying that as a knock, just saying. But I do believe that his music probably drives away a lot of people. But I'm not necessarily sure. I enjoy his stream quite a lot, but I have a hard time listening to some of the music. Yeah, I really want MJ to do well. If there's one person in the entire, pro community or qualified community, I don't want to say Magic community because obviously I would rather pick somebody like my friends Sean, Robbie, or Matt if I wanted all the success in the world to happen. But none of them are qualified, so I'll say the qualified community. MJ is the person I want to do the best. And then there's a lot of people tied for second. A lot of people tied for second. A lot of the MTGO grinders, Dave C, Jabberwocky, just honestly too many to name. But MJ above all others because I think it's pretty annoying how MJ fell off the train to begin with. MJ, for those who don't know, and I may be quoting the story wrong, but I believe they changed how the qualifying system worked and retroactively changed stuff. And he ended up not having points and skipping events that would have got him the points. He explained it once on his stream many years ago that I heard, so maybe I'm not quoting that right, but I believe that's what he said. But in general, I get kind of annoyed when Wizards retroactively change things. I don't like it when it helps people. I don't like it when it hurts people. I realize they have to change things. I just think they could use better timing when they change their things. So I was needing to play a fast stream, and it's looking like a very slow stream. I really do think I should use this once upon a time, though. Yeah, I talked for a good amount about the upcoming coverage schedule and wasted a bunch of my clock, and then they DC'd. They probably thought they lagged out or something, or I weren't moving and might have restarted their computer or something. But yeah, so far we've played 8 minutes of this game, and 2 lands have been played. It's quite humorous. We'll go ahead and use this. It's just not worth it to let it get mana leaked. JK. Getting mana leaked wouldn't have mattered. We got 5 cards off the top that were blanks. That we're getting ready to shuffle back in with our Tribe Elder. So probably Stoneforge here. If they do Stoneforge here, I'll probably explore. That famous Twitch master. He's not wrong. Well, stuff worked out well. Worked out much more well better than we well fought better we. English. The English King. So are they priced into Field of Ruining this now? They don't have a great number of counter spells that just stop a Titan. They might be priced into killing the castle. Well, disappointing. They didn't kill the castle. I think we want to hold the cavern as long as they have that Field of Rune. Get one of the islands. Well, that's not a card we wanted. So they're probably going to go get the sword, and we'll try to blast zone it. Get the other island now. I have a Field of Rune. Wonder if I'm supposed to Ghost Quarter it. They're almost assuredly going to tap 2 for a Stoneforge Mystic this turn. I guess we can make our decision after that. JK. Could have Ghost Quartered my own land here. Wonder if Ghost Quartering my own land there is fine. Ghost Quartering my own land there might have been right. I'd have been in really bad shape though had they hit another land though, or if they had another land, wouldn't I? Hmm. So they have another Field of Rune. 100% blocking. Not even considering not blocking. Guess I need to hold that, don't I? Can't block anyway, and I need something to discard to the germ. No chance that resolves, right? They really let that resolve? Um, it's fine. We don't have anything. I guess. What do we get then? The Valakuts don't really do anything. We could get two Field of Deads. They don't do much. Because they still have this in play. We probably need to bounce this. So we can bounce this, search for another thingy. And use one Field of the Dead? That doesn't seem good enough, does it? That doesn't seem good enough at all. We probably need a Cavern of Souls to resolve the next one as well. Okay. Oh crap. I messed up. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know why I picked that one up. I basically just picked one up at random because I think I'm dead. Don't actually think I have an out anymore. I'm pretty sure I have no out. It still doesn't do anything, does it? Like, what does this do? It looks like it does nothing. I've not played a land this turn, right? Maybe I'm supposed to get Radiant Fountain. I think I'm supposed to get Radiant Fountain. Because I left myself dead on board the Cryptic Command now. Nope, we don't have another... We don't have another... what do you call it in our deck? We only have one of these in our deck and he killed it with a field. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to get Radiant Fountain there, plus Simic Growth Chamber, and then replay Radiant Fountain to try to get some kind of other turn. But I don't know how we get past them anyway. I think that's the best way of getting another turn, but I just don't think that wins. Are Mystic Disputes very good here? I don't feel like Mystic Disputes are particularly good there. Maybe I need to kill Batterskulls early? I don't know. I was told to take these out in games that are probably going to go long. I feel like Razors are worse though. Maybe I take these out too for the disputes? Huh. I really don't know. We play first. Sand doesn't look good enough, does it? This hand would look good if we had one land, one green land. 30 land deck, by the way. Alright. Sand looks terrible, but I'm not going to mulligan more. Huh? There's a good chance I'm not supposed to keep this. Didn't know they played Once Upon a Time. Stoneforge, hop. So I want to get the forest that I only have one of. I have both. So this can counterspell a Teferi if need be. That's not good. Needed a land, obviously. Yep. Looks like the Dismember I was considering siding in would just be a better card. Oh, they have that too? Well, we just got killed quick. That is brutal. Well, this was not close. Let's just go ahead and move on. Oh, that fired awfully quick. Oh, that was a thrashing. Yeah, I think this hand's good enough. Oh no, that's not good for us. Discard, discard, go away, come back, never. Can play you and get you. I think I'd rather just make sure I get the land. Which means I should have played this. Changing my plan mid-stream's not good? Or mid-turn even. Another one of those Stoneforge decks. Pretty sure we just are going to have a rough go at those. Sasper? Well, it looks like I picked the wrong one because for some reason they have Surgical Extraction in their main deck. Do not think this is the modern format for that. Like they just cast it and I don't even care. We already have our kill condition in play. Oh, okay. They're blue-black mill. Or they're like 3-color mill. What do you gain from the white cards? What do you gain from the white cards? sure they gain something. I just don't know what it is. So we can no longer beat this, right? We just lost game one. Believe we have no outs now. This thing never attacks. I guess we have this as an out, but they already have that, so that's an issue. Don't know what I'm supposed to get. I'm just gonna get these two and hope it works out, even though I don't think it can. If they waste a turn getting rid of the zombies, like maybe we can somehow get under them. I guess I just press F6 and wait. I mean, I have to leave that in my deck for whatever reason. How many basics they have? Didn't even see that. That's a play mistake by me. Didn't even see that. And it's not that big of a deal. It's basically the same thing. Hmm. They shocked for a path. They just have two glimpses. Just kind of trying to look and see if they have a land that we can see. Guess those seem fine. Sure. Oh, lucky once upon a time. Find us our green. Choose two. So I guess I want to do this first. We want to find our green. JK, no green to be had. We did not get to pick our cards at the same time. Guess I have to get a Greenland. That's probably wrong. Just kill this. That doesn't seem good though. It's kind of interesting now. If they use Field of Rune, well, never mind. So instead if they use Field of Rune, I could use the Ghost Quarter. The Primeval Titan. So I guess they're going to let me draw first. Kind of confused now. Well, I'm just going to cast this and see what happens. Okay, I don't know what went on there. like everything that went on that turn got confused me more and more and more. Maybe they needed a land for extra bait and didn't have it? I don't know. I really just don't know what was happening. Is Grazer good enough to bring back in on the play? I don't know. I think this hand's good enough. Oh, that's actually a nice pickup. They hit the Titan? They did not. They didn't actually hit any card I care about. I guess Shakira Tri-Belter. Nope. This didn't hit anything. Three Titans in our hand. How worried are we about Archive Trap? Feels like no worry at all about Archive Trap. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to care about Archive Trap at all. Alright, well, never mind. Guess we care about that many. Double Archive Trap and a glimpse goes a long way. Well, hopefully they don't have the other glimpse. Why are we waiting, opponent? We do have another land that's lit. No, we somehow just survived 3 turns. We really don't know what's taking so long. They have 1 land and 2 cards. fine. Is there any of those even left in our deck? I think we sideboarded one out. Yep. I'm gonna get both lands just in case they have a removal spell for the castle. I want to still have 6 lands. Ooh, that's Ashiok. That killed us. We don't have an out to that. That's unfortunate. Like I said, we needed to survive 3, I believe, without him doing anything. We did not. There's no way for us to shuffle a card back in our library. Alright, we're dead anyway. Oh well, let's just go ahead and move on to the next match. I might not have played that right. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the grazers in. Maybe I have to be a turn quicker than that. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you're still here, JJ, but I do not have a list yet. Hey, we have an opponent. We'll play first. I guess we keep all hands like this. If this fails on a green source, though, don't we just lose? So, 29 lands left in the deck, though. It's hard for it to miss on a land, but it can miss on a green source. Alright, opponent. You've taken over a minute to decide whether to force of negation this. Just do it. That way I can draw one of my 29 lands next turn and it not matter. We're an hour and a half so far into this stream. These matches have been excruciatingly long, considering none of the games have had a lot of turns. Mm. Guess this one more guarantees us a land. And lets us play Euro. That's interesting. I would definitely think that affects him more than me, but let's kind of stop this. Now I'm just going to get to bring it back as a 6/6 pretty soon. So I kind of want this Arboreal Grazer to die. I wanted it to die with a block. So this is 5, right? It is. It's your deck, friend. Friendo. Opponent. Why have you not just F6'd? You're tapped out. You can do nothing. I'm getting crushed. I've lost the Blue Black Mill, Bant, Stoneblade, and I beat Basic Land Jund with Blood Moon. Assume they have to have 2 burn spells to attack. We need to draw a Titan or something. If they have 2 burn spells, we were dead anyway, right? So it's just better to block this one so we can cast our stuff. Wrecked. Ooh. Maybe not wrecked. Yeah, game two, they had the turn two Stoneforge, and they got the Batter Skull, and then they had the sword. I guess at this point, I just want to gain 4 life. So I want the Radiant Fountain and the Simic Growth Chamber. Oh, field? I want to attack first because I might draw field. I did not draw field. I think I wanted to attack first in case I drew field, though. So they have to deal 12 to us now, which means we don't block Eidolon on this attack. Okay. So what's good versus burn? Our baby, the Weather Storm, though it's not as good versus burn as Prowess. I definitely don't want disputes, cages. I don't want disdainful stroke. I suppose they could have Blood Moon, but not sure if Blood Moon's a concern. I don't think I even care about Blood Moon. And they don't typically play Blood Moon. They typically play like Pillage or Molten Ring or something. I don't think I care about Blood Moon. If they show it to me, then I think I'd respect it, but without seeing it, I don't think I respect it. Yeah, I've saw quite a few people play Obstinate Baloth against me. I think it's better versus like the burn decks, but worse versus the Prowess decks, because the Prowess decks can generally kill it and just kill you. Don't know if I care too much about Dampening Spear either, especially on the draw. So it's, do I want Dismembers or not? Taking 4 life sounds like a million. I'm just going to say no to the Dismembers too and just bring in only the Weather Storms. Alright, what do I want to sideboard out then? I've been taking a lot of my Grazers out, which is probably wrong, but I certainly don't want to take Grazers out in a match like this. Which makes me not really want to cut anything, with maybe the exception of Explorers or a land. It does kill Eidolon. That's a good point. I'm down with it killing Eidolon. I feel like I want to take out land and something. I'm gonna take out the... No, the Ghost Quarter was lit that game. I'm gonna take out the Bojuka Boog. And probably Explorers. I think going down to 29 lands is okay, especially when it's a non-colored source that we don't need the value from. I've had quite a few hands like this today, which is disappointing. It's 28 lands on the deck, and we have 2 draws. I don't know if those 2 draws win the game, though. And then having the second Grazer when I already have that's like kind of disappointing. We're like 80% to hit a second land. Does the second land win? I'm gonna keep it. I think we're about 80% to hit a second land. You know, I don't think I care enough to shock. Whatever. I'm gonna shock. Shocking might be super wrong there, but if I can start getting these 2-4s out, I feel pretty cool. Yeah. I'm probably dead. Oh, I'm definitely dead. Can I beat that? I don't know if I can beat that. Should have played my land first so I could press F6. I suppose they've almost locked themselves out. Could draw a Weather to Storm. And maybe gain a lot. Definitely double blocking here. I'm not playing any more spells, that's for sure. I'm not attacking. I'm what they refer to as dead. Assuming opponent has anything whatsoever. Good attack. What does attacking do? Attacking kills an Eidolon. And then I die to like a Monastery Swiftspear. I don't think that changes anything for me. Go down to 1 here. Any burn spell is going to kill me either way, but... Well, I guess technically a Searing Blaze would kill me now. But I don't die to... I don't die to like a Monastery Swiftspear now. I do die to 2 Monastery Swiftspears. I don't think I'm changing anything. She's going to be on to play and they're not going to draw double Eidolon. Wow, this hand's horrendous. This hand's pretty bad too. How do I justify keeping this hand? I don't think I can. Alright, well that's the best hand out of the lot. So we definitely want our lands. Is this a game where I throw away this Summoner's Pact? Maybe I get rid of the Summoner's Pact and the Valakut? If I draw a land next turn, though, I'm going to want the Valakut. Man, this deck... You just not play the Grazer. Grazer seems really good here, though. Hey, maybe we'll draw lands. Nope. We got a Once Upon a Time, though. That's pretty lit. They found one of these. Couldn't happen to a nicer fellow. So let's make a decision here. Actually, think I'm going to block anyway. This second green, we already have a blue. I don't really want this to die. So I'm just going to take 2 damage. And maybe we can kill their Goblin Guide or something. With our Elite Valakut. Oh, so they're going to use 2 burn spells anyway. Oh, well that was a good draw. I could have Valakuted away to Goblin Guide that turn, but if they're going to keep attacking with it and keep letting us draw lands, I think I'm fine with that when we break even on life, and I'll probably kill it on the following turn. My life total was lower, obviously I'd have killed the Goblin Guide there, but the fact that we're still 20 and we can use the Blast Zone if they like double extend to the board or any of this weirdness. Well, actually, the Valakut doesn't work. I forgot. Never mind. The Dryad's dead. So, what I did was probably just right then. Okay. They saw Euro. They've had enough. They're like, all right, well, great. So we got 11 minutes until the modern prelim. 10 minutes or whatever. Don't think I can play a match in that amount of time, so feel like we're getting bonus magic today. And since we don't want to sit here for 10 minutes, we're going to do everybody's least favorite activity. We are going to play 10 minutes of Historic to get our daily done. I'm definitely going to play in it, but that's just because I need QPs desperately bad, and it depresses me so. Everybody's least favorite, Historic! Yay! There was a lot of big time players in this prelim though. Got Namer, we got McWinsauce, Echo, Kaz, Joe, Gracias, and probably people that I'm overlooking: Yama, Freddy, Cherry. Just a banger of a group. So opponent goes first. This hand's not really good enough of opponents going first. Neither is this hand, but I don't believe in mulliganing twice. 18 hours again. You need to stop that. That's what they refer to in the business as unhealthy. Opponent, get got. G G G G G. What in the world's that thing? Okay then. Oh, not attack. You definitely need to get on a better sleep schedule for that other event. That's for sure. Unit. Card's kind of cool. That's a burning tree. Burning trees do not block questing friends, though. Oh no. Well, that went horribly wrong for us. I played the wrong land because I changed my mind on what I was going to do. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and do this so that I didn't just die to the big dog. The big dog being Embercleave. Yeah, I cost myself 2 points of damage because bad. And I'm definitely not doing the math here. I'm just attacking. Not doing the Embercleave math. That's fair. Oh my. What in the world do you do? Yeah, so we just block these, and that gets bigger. We draw our Embercleave and win. Drawing Embercleave and winning's kind of nice. Oh, that's pretty nice too. Feels like we're cheating. They trample, friend. You're dead. No, no, friend. Repel Collector. I don't think you can win the match, but you could have survived the turn. Opponent. What do we got? 5 minutes? Alright, we have enough time for another game. Turn 4 hop. Everybody's favorite historic, the format that probably shouldn't be a format. Boop, 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 boop. No format for you. Really not sure why historic's a format. Most formats on Arena shouldn't be formats. Yeah, but like, people don't play historic. You can't play ranked. You gotta craft all these old cards. It's just weird. There's only one deck in the format. All of this. It's just no. maybe if there's more decks in the format, and I'm not saying that this is the best deck, maybe people just aren't working on the format. Maybe if people worked on it, this wouldn't be playable. 30, 30 points short. Ouch. I'll pull a Croakies and say, nice league, dummy. I'm just joking, obviously. Oh, look. I would not want to buy ticks to in or outer. I would just not play. But who cares what I would do? This is what you would do. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Our opponent's mana screwed too, so I predict they concede next turn when the questing friend hits the table. I predict this is the end of this game. I attack you for more than half your life total. You have one land. Whee! That one wasn't particularly hard to predict because, you know, mana screwed. Alright, well. I'm sorry, Blitz. I don't think I even have time to hand you 9 ticks. I don't know if I have them either. Nope, I have 2 ticks. I'd have to sell chests. I assumed I didn't have the ticks. Because I spent 100 on my mana traders yesterday or whatever. Is there any way to get our deck list up while we wait these 2 minutes and 30 seconds? I guess we go over here. We're playing this build of it today. I'm still pretty confident that the Kiln Fiends in the side or in the main deck aren't good enough. I think these 2 extra Burst Lightnings probably aren't good enough. Should probably be a Bedlam Reveler and like 4 Mishra's Baubles. But I'm testing out the Burst Lightnings just a little bit more because I'm getting paired versus so much Stoneblade. And having more than 6 ways to kill a turn 2 Stoneblade seemed kind of relevant. The sideboard kind of confuses me. Like, I want a K return because more people are playing Core Firewalker. I really want a second Dismember. I don't know if Grafdigger's Cages are better than Leylines. I don't know if I need the 3rd Blood Moon or if I need 2, and I don't know if I need a 4th Artifact. So right now I'm trying to go for the best of everything. But this might be trying to check too many boxes. Maybe I need to be just a little bit more focused on my good matches and not worry so much about my bad matches. Like maybe I just don't need that Shattering Spree and I'm willing to lose to Chalice decks. Or maybe I need to focus on beating Chalice decks more and I need to add a second Shattering Spree. I'm not actually sure. Sunblade decks are kind of what I had planned on playing a little bit of next week until JJ ham-fistedly demanded I play Vintage Turns. He needs to send me a list. Be nice to get around one by. I had one of those in a bit. Somebody is getting to buy. JK. Oh, Blitz got in. He bought 9 ticks, apparently. Nine ticks to get paired versus Sears this round 1. That's just rude. It says deck none, but I certainly submitted a deck. I'm confident I switched to the right deck, too. Come on, 1 in 41 chance. I don't know. Instead, we just get paired versus a master. Like a Stone Cold Killer. Keep this hand versus every deck. The They're playing first, so I can go ahead and press the F6 button. They're a killer though. Like they are a stone baller. Some might even refer to them as a shot caller, but I wouldn't go that far. Let's go ahead and move our mountain over here and our Soulscar Mage over here, since there's no cards in our deck that we can draw that we would play differently. So let's just slam this mountain as hard as we can. Just keep clicking it until it flies in play. Till it flies in play and moves the Soulscar Mage to where it flies in play as well. Jund's the one thing I've beat. So versus these ramp decks and versus these Amulet Titan decks, you really want to be on the play with this deck. So we have to see what they have. There's a chance we have a turn 3 kill. Hopefully they don't play like the 2-4 into something else. Another Gemstone Mine. Summoner's Pack. So that means that we are versus Grizzle Daddy and we just lose. So this is a 0% win match for us. We just can't beat it ever. It's pretty unfortunate. They can obviously brick, like they don't win 100% of the time that they try to combo. They can brick off, especially when they've used all their mana. So we'll just have to see if we get lucky here. I'll make them do it out of their way. This is a $30 event. So they didn't combo till turn 3, which means if we were on the play, we would have won this game. Because our next turn attack was for 2 in play, plus a lightning bolt, which adds 5, so that's 7. Plus a... Sorry, the lightning bolt adds 7. So that's 9. Then each lava dart adds 5 more, so that's 19. Hey, Magus, what's up? We're getting crushed over here. We had a turn 3 kill, but our opponent was on the play also with a turn 3 kill. Yeah, I stopped mine and watched you play a little bit earlier before I had to start mine. You have a check. You fancy boy. I want a check. I'm jealous. Yeah, opponent's deck's lit. It's one of my favorite decks. It's one of the few decks I have built in paper, just because it's fun. I go to Magic events to socialize, not play Magic, so I want to play the least amount of turns possible. got 3 Grafdigger's Cage in my sideboard, but the Magic tournaments where I live aren't big enough to care about winning. There's like 10 people that show up for them. Show up to them. So what could we possibly do to win now? Nothing? Opponents at effectively 23 life. JK. Effectively 27 life. Maybe they forgot they needed a Simian Spirit Guide. Kappa? We can't even kill the Grizzlebrand, can we? They discarded the Simian Spirit Guide. Guess I'm just gonna Lava Spike them because I'm gonna throw the Lava Dart and stuff at the guide. So if they're still playing Lab Maniac, we have two ways to try to kill Lab Maniac, I guess? If we wanted. Let's go do this, though. Don't think I'm going to buy back the Lava Dart. Actually, I probably shouldn't even cast the Lava Dart. Most deserved game. Not so great attack. Rip. Um. Kinda just want to kill this. So they can't get another Grizzlebrand? They have one Allosaurus Rider in their graveyard already. So they have to kill us with this, and this, I guess? Kind of interesting. Like, I want to kill this. I guess I don't have to kill this. I think we can beat one too, so I'm just going to hit them and use the light up the stage. Hate to see it. But they have to block. So I guess we get to kill one of the riders. Could just go for killing both of the riders. Is killing both riders better than killing Grizzlebrand? Assuming they block both. They might not even block both. I think I have to attack with both. Puts us in a weird spot. Mostly because we can Bedlam next turn, but Bedlam next turn's probably not good enough. So they have one rider left in their deck, no Grizzlebrand, assuming they're playing a traditional list. It's pretty hard for them to combo, but it's not impossible. Well, yeah, I mean, some of the people play the Glittering Wish builds and stuff, which I don't think this opponent is. I mean, the traditional list is the non-Glittering Wish list. I think once you see Sanctum and Waterlogged Grove, you know they're not on the Glittering Wish stuff. I've not tried it yet. It kind of aggravated me a fair amount because it makes you have to worry about your card count a little bit. You know, I noticed that there was no Vels in your sideboard, and my round one opponent was Jund, but it honestly felt like my round one opponent couldn't do anything versus this. I'm still kind of worried about this opponent winning. We can cast the Bedlam Reveler next turn, but certainly don't want to tap out. A Lightning Bolt would be a really good draw. Could Lightning Bolt to Grizzlebrand and then play the Bedlam Reveler. I probably shouldn't be F6ing here. Now, I need to test it more. It definitely adds like a different complexity to the deck, but 2 mana is a lot for the deck. Like the 1 less mana matters a lot. So you get to look at least one more card. so both worms are gone. Unless I'm overlooking a sideboard slot, there's one rider left. I'm not too concerned about losing to one rider. I'm only concerned really about losing to like a Lab Maniac or Oracle at this point. I'm pretty sure unless I have a turn for re-kill, I have to always mulligan the cage, right? And even if I have a turn for re-kill, sometimes it's not fast enough. I don't think I care about Blood Moon, because I can still Manamorphose and win through it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just cage. Could argue that Dismember's usable. In case they ever attack, but I think that's too narrow. Pretty sure it's just cage. For like some burst lightnings. You think Blood Moon's good enough versus the Manamorphoses? Possibly. It costs 3 mana though. 3 mana is a bunch of mana. So they have to pact again next turn. They can draw 14 more cards this turn. They have 2 Manamorphoses left in their deck. So that's 16 cards. So an Oracle wins, but currently a Lab Maniac doesn't win? Oh wait, no, they'll have another Serum Visions. So Lab Maniac wins too, is that right? No, that's not right. They have a Life Goes On though. Presumably. Alright, they win. We can pick them up now. I do want to see whether they have an Oracle or a Lab Maniac though, so it's correct for me not to concede, I think. Like, I think knowing which one of those two they have is relevant. Losing pretty bad right now to what I consider one of our worst matches. Well, if they don't win this turn, which, I mean, clearly they win this turn, they have the cards to. But, assuming they didn't win this turn, they die to their pact. We don't know yet. He's either playing Oracle or Lab Maniac, which is why we're letting him play it out instead of scooping. We want to know which one he was using. Yes, there's some percentage chance that they only play 1 Serum Visions, though almost every list plays 2. And for that matter, every list does play 4 Simian Spirit Guides, so they have 2 more guides. Oh, your list runs 3. Interesting. Well, we're dead anyway, right? They can't block. Well, if they're going to think about us having a thing, like they have to combo still now. We're still dead. Yeah, they just draw and then they have waterlogged groves and stuff. We literally can't win. But they have a lab maniac. That's mainly what we wanted to see. Pretty sure I'm just gonna take out burst lightnings. Actually, I'm probably gonna take out a Bedlam Reveler. Wonder if I take out all three Bedlam Revelers. Let's try the no Bedlam Revelers. They often have Leyline of Sanctity, though. That's something to worry about. Alright, I'll take it back. I want Bedlam Revelers just in case they have Leyline. Maybe they mulligan into Oblivion for a Leyline. Maybe that's a reason to have Blood Moon then? Nah, screw Blood Moon. My biggest problem with Foss's Oracle is like, I think sometimes it gets confusing to play with Veil of Summer, but alright, I have to keep this hand. It may not be good enough, and maybe I'm supposed to just mulligan to Grafdigger's Cage every game. I'm not actually sure. But if we have a probable turn 3 kill, it feels like I have to. I only have 3, I don't have 4. Certainly didn't want to draw that thing. Well, I hear that was a good draw. Huh, it got better. So this kills them even if they have a repeal for the Monastery Swift Spear. Cage? Like, what? Do they have something that stops Fiend here that I don't know about? The Cage doesn't pump the Fiend, so they'd had 6 more life. So it wouldn't have been lethal if I played Cage, would it? That's fair. That is fair. They do have show. That's a good point. I think I punted pretty hard. What did they keep then? They didn't have turn 2 combo and they didn't have a show, but they kept 6 cards. You're right. I think I punted exceptionally hard. Good call, though. I feel like this is a mulligan. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping anything that has a cage. And we have Kiln Fiend, so. This deck doesn't mulligan well, but this is one of our worst matches, so. With this being one of our worst matches, I don't think the fact that this deck doesn't mulligan well is relevant. Yeah, I noticed your match versus Matthew Folks the other day. I went back and watched your replay, and that was rough. The one where you started duo queuing. I don't think I won. Like, this player's no stout or no slouch. It's hard for me to imagine they didn't bring in Artifact 8. Like, Tangrams isn't a scrub. Like, they're a very solid player. We'll worry about trying to beat them later. Put a white man in their pool. Okay, never mind. We'll try to figure out how to beat them later. Four. Yeah, the fact that Deliverance can cycle is pretty lit. They might have a bounce spell, but I'm still just going to go all in every time, Anna. Think I'm always going all in? Maybe I'm not going all in. All in loses to a lot of things, so. Like the all in here, I would cast the Lava Spike and a Crash through, which gains 6 on the Fiend, plus 3 from the Lava Spike, so that's plus 9. So we're only even attacking for 16. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to wait. There's also some bounce cards some of them play now. I'm definitely just going to wait, I think, then. Because there's a good chance that we can kill Faru, Faru something on the following turn, especially if we hit a mountain off of our draw step or the crash through. Almost want to block. Guess I can always block later. That's not a mountain. So they have 2 cards in their hands, so the max they can have is 15, 16, 17 plus 9. They can have 26, is that right? I don't even know what the worm costs. Is the worm 14? It's 4 mana plus 9, right? I don't know what the worm costs. 15, okay. So 15 plus 9 plus 2. So 17 plus 9, 26. I think this is my best play. Pray for a mountain? That's not a mountain. I can't kill the spirit guide. We don't have a mountain to sack. So if I lava spike them, they go to 6, and then I'm attacking for 3, 6, 7, or 3, 6, 13. So they block 2. So we're only attacking for 11. So a show plus even a 7 drop. What's the worst that can happen? We fail? Pretty sure now I just attack with 2. 2's not lethal. Gotta attack for 3 to be lethal? I wanted to keep my options open if the first crash through and then we didn't have 2 lands. I guess I'm leaving 1 back no matter what, right? Well, no, if they have show, right? So like they kill this off, they go to 1. Say it's just show plus 8, then a block plus a lava spike plus a land still wins? We can beat show plus 7 drop though, right? Assuming we hit a land next turn? Is my math right? I think my math's right, isn't it? We want to leave the Swift Spear back. Yeah, they can have a worm. I don't think we can beat show plus worm with anything, though. Wait, they didn't... Maybe they just have the bounce spell and I played around the wrong thing. Because they could have killed the Killing Fiend and they didn't. They went so fast, I just assumed they had to repeal at that point. But it looks like they don't have to repeal. Nice. Well, that's fair. We were going to hit our land next turn. We were going to do 1,000,000. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't even want to count it. Millions. There's only 3 matches left, though, so I guess we're going to have to put the league on hold for a little longer. I really don't like dead air on my streams, but I don't like duo queuing either. What do we do? I hate the duo queue. My brain's not good enough. Draw magic cards. I could play some historic on arena, but then people will run away. Hey, Deco, thank you for the follow. Sorry that I don't have cool alerts or anything. I am a terrible streamer, man. Terrible streamer, man. But historic's the easiest way to do arena dailies. Like, you just get 3 wins when you play historic. I try to keep my arena account up to date just because of the MCQ weekends. So like when I'm eating meals and stuff like that, I just do like 5 matches a day or whatever and get my top 1,200 every month. Play those silly weekends. I've not converted one yet. I made day 2 of one of them, but I got paired versus Jabberwocky round 1 and somehow won, and then got nervous and punted it off the rest of the event. Man, I can't even draw a straight line. That sounds horrible, Magus. I could pull a Yama and like go pull his stream up or something like that and talk about other people's matches. But I want to put this on YouTube, and I might get copyright striked if I do that. If you can't draw it, it's more fun. It's not more fun for the dumb redneck. I guess we could just play our other match and duo queue. It's not the end of the world. Guess I'll pop it up where everybody can see all the cards. Too late. Where'd our match go? It minimized it over here for some reason. I've never played Titan. I thought it'd be fun. I've actually had fun. I've had a good amount of fun. This doesn't seem particularly great to me. I guess I have to get a forest with this one. I can just get a breeding pool. My life doesn't care. I'm pretty sure Devoted Druid combo is insanely good versus us, right? It feels really, really good versus us. So I could kill all their things, but killing all their things doesn't seem like anything I care about. Like, none of the things they have in play matter, and they have enough lands to do anything anyway. Pretty sure I'm just casting Euro. I just want to play Euro. Yeah, I'm playing Euro, I think. Magus agrees, so that's enough for me. He certainly knows more about Magic than I do. Greenland? Not Greenland. How lit would Greenland have been? Seems like this is not going well. If they do that, are we supposed to get rid of the Giver runes now so that our double Valakut can be crazy? Or do we just play Titan and try to figure out things to do on following turns? Wait, grabbing their own lands as our match started? Okay. Match didn't start. You scared me for a second. So we're going to get filled, and we've not made. Wait. We've not made our land drop, so. Keep it in hand for Valakut triggers? Okay. I assume if they kept the type of hand that they're showing us right now, they have to have some kind of Path to Exile effect, right? Are we just dead now? How do we have lethal if Titan attacks? This, this gives them hexproof, right? So our Valakut doesn't do anything, does it? Oh, did I pun off not getting lands? Yeah, I just stacked that wrong and didn't got lands, right? Yeah, I'm just bad at Magic, ain't I? I don't actually think we have very good plays now. So I can spend these 3 and blow that. Those kills those, but he's going to give that protection if we do that. Let's go start with this. They can always target the wrong things, too. Like, they might not give Pro Red. Who knows? Yeah, they didn't give Pro Red. Alright, well, that's a way. Pro colorless matters. Oh, you're right. Fair enough. Well, I'm just an idiot. Look like red spells to me, man. Always yes. Apparently we got always yes on both. So I played a lot of mistakes this game. That's fine. Opponent had a pretty weak opener. Has the other match started yet? Nope. So what do we want versus them? Probably one of our dismembers and our beast withins. I hate you. I don't know if they play Cocos and stuff. I assume they do. I really have no idea what's in the Heliod combos. I assume they play Cord or Collected Company or something. Looks like they play Final Devastation and Collected Company. Okay. At the very least. So I guess we want at least these. Wonder if Euro's a little slow then. Sideboarding these decks is always the hardest part for me. Obviously playing's not very good for me either, because I literally have no idea what's good. But I feel to me like I just want to take some Euros out and some Grazers out. That's just probably wrong. I know Grazers might be important so we have a chance to turn 2 Beasts Within. I just don't know. Screw you, Grazers. I don't like Grazer as a Magic card, so there. Okay. This hand doesn't seem particularly good, but Cage is something. Guess I want this one. Next turn we explore into Cage. I guess maybe I just want to get Explorers going. Maybe the other card's better. They didn't play any combo piece yet, so maybe they were relying on Coco this game or something. So they play Calls now? They got a Mirran Crusader. That's actually a pretty good one. Mirran Crusader wins quick here. Real quick. It's a green creature. Maybe I'm supposed to just Once Upon a Time? I guess I need one of these out too. This is a 2-turn clock from here. So that being a 2-turn clock, I don't know how I can win. If we had more cards in our hand, maybe, but the amount of cards we have, or the amount of lands we have in our hand, I don't think. Oh, I guess we can draw a land for our turn. I punted here, didn't I? I guess I didn't. We want to play around Path of Exile. Wait, feels bad? Was I not supposed to play around Path to Exile? I can kill the mother with my fetch land too, though, right? We'll play first here. This hand's a keep. We'll go back over here. I thought I needed to play the second drive just in case they had a path. I should have targeted the mother. Okay. I think we can take two. Is it Neobrand again? That would be sad. Our hand won't beat Neobrand. Wait. The opponent casually confuses us all. Am I supposed to just blow their stuff up and attack? I know it kills our cage too, but we have the backup cage. I might not should have played that land. But with the Beast Within to like kill the 3/4, I figure it's fine. That should be enough. Alright, so we'll play our land here. I'm gonna slam this. We're gonna get rowdy. Okay. I wanted to finish that game because I thought that game was over. And I wanted to be able to focus entirely on this game. If it looked like that game was going to go to game 3, or if we were going to play a longer game, I would have been playing both games at the same time. Okay. Well, we're going to start with this. Pretty sure I'm just going to crash through. So we'll have to see what this opponent's going to play. Temple Garden. So they're playing some kind of druid thing too? They're playing some kind of druid thing too. It kind of makes me want to hold the lightning bolts, but we don't hold spells here. We go wild. Probably forces them to block somehow next turn. Because like even Teferi wouldn't be that good of a play now. Wouldn't be a bad play. Just wouldn't be that good of a play, right? Well, that's what we refer to as worst draw, but do we care about this? Yeah. Might as well kill it. Between our hand, their life total, and their amount of lands, like I think it's pretty hard for them to come back. So I assume they're playing that deck that Zan Zaid's been playing a lot. But I could be wrong. Wait, Gene Hackman's trending. Did he die? He better not have died. Okay, it's just his birthday. Thank goodness. Looking to see if I can go get a quick peek at Zan's list because I literally don't remember it. He did not post it on Facebook, and I'm too lazy to look anywhere else. I'm just gonna assume these cards at worst case are playable. I generally don't like lava spikes in matches like this. That sounds good enough. It's on the bottom end of good enough. So they can play a lot of things that give us interesting decisions on this following turn. Womp womp. I'm gonna cast a Light Up the Stage. So we don't play the K return anymore. We did bring in our one Dismember. Hopefully decks like this aren't getting too popular, because then we gotta play another Dismember, maybe the K return both. We've already played our lands, so... We can go over decks like this fairly easily, though, as long as we get things. How'd your events go, Blitz? Spell Scout. That's a pretty solid one, but again, we brought in a Braid. We tried a sideboard for all these contingencies. You gotta play it out. You know, 0-2 drop, friend. Want to go ahead and kill this before they can protect it with anything. Which lets us attack for 2 here, which isn't too special, but... You gotta play it out. You said you needed to change your sleep schedule anyway. If you wasn't wanting to change your sleep schedule, I'd agree go get a little better Reno, but... Well, I guess we're looking to play Bedlam Reveler next turn, so... Interesting. Plan for all contingencies. Now, Neilbrand is a deck that can really, really get under people's skin ASAP. Don't deny that one. So it's another druid. Do they have another way to protect it's the question. So what is our best line of defense versus that druid? Think I want to start with this. Even if they do have a Vines of Vastwood to save it here. We technically have another answer. Think I'm just going to hardcast this light up the stage. So we get them to 14. We have another Lava Dart for whatever they have on the following turn. We have a Bedlam Reveler, assuming they don't draw a Rest in Peace. Final Devastation for 2. Gets them another Core Firewalker. We can again still easily beat what we see. I should have played the Monastery Swiftspear. That was a stupid play. There's zero reason not to play the Swiftspear. Absolutely zero. How much better would my turn have been if I had the Swiftspear now? We want this in our graveyard, so... This also gains me 1 point of damage. So let's say I have something good. Next turn, we very likely win. Between the Crash Root will light up the stage. Hopefully we'll find a mountain and 2 Lava Darts. Utopia Sprawl, that doesn't seem like something that's going to change the outcome of this game. Karn's definitely not something that's going to change the outcome of this game. Unless they have something 0 casting cost, a Zurin Orb, I don't know. Snaring Bridge. Alright, well. That, in the funny papers means we're just going to go for it, right? So they're currently at 15, 17, and we're attacking for 6, 10, 14. So 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that right? So they're at 17. when you conclude the block. They're at 18 when you include Dispel. And we're attacking for 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 exactly. So we're attacking for 17. So we don't want to play the other Bedlam Reveler. And they take 15. So we beat Double Core Firewalker, which is pretty nice. Obviously, both of our last two Druid combo players had pretty medium draws. Oh, looks like we'd have got there anyway, even if we had played the Bedlam. But yeah, so anyway, this was a Titan stream. We just got a little bonus historic and a little bonus mono red. So where did our Titan list go? Okay, the Titan list is over here. I don't think I can get all the cards up on the screen at the same time. Is that everything? That is not everything. It's everything but the Titans. I can probably do this, right? Yeah, there we go. The Titan deck was pretty fun, and it was pretty decent. We beat some decks I didn't expect to beat. We lost the Blue-Black Mill. I feel like you just lose the Blue-Black Mill with most Titan decks. We lost to Bant. Game 2, they drew obscenely well, I think. But, like, I don't know. I felt like a dog in that match. Then I played versus a Jund player who had Prismatic Vista and Blood Moon. Surprisingly, it felt like he couldn't do a lot against us because it didn't seem like they had Titan Kill. And in Game 2, we just Valakuted them because they never drew the Blood Moon or a way to kill our Courser. So I'm not sure whatever they cut for the Blood Moon and stuff panned out for them. Then we beat a Druid combo player that just had miserably bad draws. And I honestly don't remember what our other win was. It was so long ago and the stream's been so long that I just do not remember. So I guess we go down here and look like this. So it had been this player, I think. Okay, I remember it now. It was the Burn player. So Euro was insane. The Radiant Fountain, like, these matches are pretty close. The game that they drew double Eidolon was especially brutal, but it felt like you had a fair amount of tools. They mulliganed to 4 game 3 though, so we didn't really get to play sideboard games per se. But yeah, overall the deck felt pretty cool, and this is Blitz MTG's deck. It's definitely something I could see playing forward. I don't know if it's just better than Amulet Titan, but it is a cool new way. It seems like it's better than old Valakut, for whatever that's worth. Seems like it's more consistent than Valakut was, and it seems like it's doing something more powerful than what Valakut did. So if you're a Valakut person, this feels like just an upgrade to that deck. Like a significant upgrade in how to build that deck. But I'm not good enough to play Amulet, so I don't want to talk about Amulet one way or the other. But yeah, it felt pretty good. And then the 2 bonus matches we played with Prowess. I mean, we got paired versus a Druid combo player that had pretty mediocre draws, but our match versus Druid combo is really good anyway. And then we got paired versus a Neoform player who I felt like, I mean, that's a very bad match for us. We lost a match on the play, we lost a match game 1 on the draw. We had a turn 3 kill, but they killed us turn 3. Then game 2 was pretty close, kind of a cool game. Game 2 was kind of a stomp. I went all in and made a bad play, and I just got lucky and got there. But yeah, I think my play game 3 was game 2 was really bad. And then round 3, we had a very interesting game, and I'm not sure if every decision was made correctly. Yeah, Murph, put in a little 3-hour session today. went 3-2 in our league and we're 2-0 in our prelim. And I don't think we lost a historic, but I could be wrong. We played some historic between rounds. But I am hopping offline now because it is feeding time for Searsist, and nobody wants to hear the Hungry Hippo go at it. I have 9 viewers. I usually only host people when I have 10, but I think some cool people are streaming right now, so we'll go host one of those. If Magus is on, I'll host him. I assume he's not on because he was chatting in our chat. Yeah, Magus not on. So is Yama on? No Yama either? So it's between Ska Chief and Conan Hawk, and I guess we'll give it to Conan Hawk. Surprised Yama's not streaming. Yama, are you streaming? I didn't plan on streaming any of the modern prelim. We just went over. Who's Shark? I don't know who that is. Tell me who that is, Murph, and I will. Like, I don't know who Squad... Is that Squad Chief? Okay, Squad Chief, sure. I'll Squad Chief then. I assume that's who that is. You sub to a lot of people, Murph. I am offended. Ah. Alright. but anyway, take care, everybody, and thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And thanks again for the deck list, Blitz. Hope you do well in Richmond this weekend.